this is as real as it gets.
This is Nash Gruner, the son of Olivia Gruner, and you are listening to the UCW radio show, In Your Face.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio.
In Your Face.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, welcome back to the UCW radio show, and we've taken a bit of a hiatus from bringing on guests for the next few months. We did our series. We had some great guests on the show, and what we're going to do now, probably for the next couple of months, I'm just going to touch on different topics, things that may be of interest to you listeners. Today I want to talk about motivation and what motivates you, and what actually drives you to do better in your life, and keep reaching for your goals, and continue to the fight for what you really want in life. Too often, and I've been going on Twitter, on Instagram, on Periscope, and I've been speaking about this for the past few weeks, because it's something that really bugs me. And again, I sometimes I'll go on Periscope and have my morning rant after training, only because I believe that there are a lot of people out there that need to be motivated. They need to believe in something. They need to have faith in something, and see that and just get that little spark so that they can go and continue to strive for what they want. But you have a lot of people with social media. It's interesting because you have a platform where anyone can profess anything, and you never know the real story. Okay, so that's the one thing that bugs me, is that you have people that talk the talk and they don't walk the walk. They'll go and profess to motivate, to be a big motivator, a big adversity killer, or give you the path to enlightenment and things of that nature. And what winds up happening is that you look at their lives and they're not following their own preaching. You have to practice what you preach. And this is why the people that you see me, on social media, the people that I interact with, the people that I mention, those are people that truly motivate, because they don't motivate by words. They motivate by their actions. And usually when their actions show the path that they've taken, basically they don't even have to say too much about it. Other people will say things about it. Other people will go and tell the story. I believe that when someone practices what they preach, what winds up happening, it inspires, and you can inspire the world. And I love that. And you have so many people out there that have legitimately they've overcome adversity. They've sat and they fought through it. They fought through it, kept clawing rung by rung up the ladder, reaching further, dealing with the naysayers and negativity, anything that came their way, people, trying to block their path. They kept fighting with a smile on their face. They weren't sitting there holding grudges. They weren't sitting there being angry or pointing fingers, blaming the world. It's your fault that I didn't get to where I need to get to. I mean, a lot of people have that thing inside of them that they have to blame someone. And the reality is that when you fail, you blame yourself, but you don't give up. Embrace it. One failure is one step closer to success in whatever you do. You look at the most successful people out there, I guarantee you they fail the most, and they fail their way to success. And I'm not, I'm not doing this motivational series of on UCW to give you a rah-rah. I'm just bringing facts and things to the table that maybe but maybe you need to hear it. Is this show going to motivate you? I don't know. All I know is that there are certain things that you need to look for to find that motivation. You know, I mean, the people that I interact with, you know, they do motivate me. I can get motivated by a kid doing something incredible. And that helps me remember and keep in mind that, you know, when you put your mind to anything in this world, you can get it done. It doesn't matter what it is, you can get it done, as long as it's realistic, you know. But then again, some things that are not realistic wind up happening as well, you know. Way back when, you know, there were dreams of, you know, kids had dreams of going to the moon, and, you know, this is going into space, and this is the stuff that's happening in modern times. So technology does help a little bit with that stuff. But, you know, you got to find your inspiration. You got to find your motivation. You know, some people are driven by money, and the reality is, you know, money's not real. Money is there. It gives you an opportunity to live a better life. It gives you an opportunity to do the things, you know, to enjoy life as much as possible. But that shouldn't be the end game. That should just be a vehicle to take you where you need to be. You know, when you go and you lay out a path that that brings you to where you're eventually going to wind up, you know, that path, you know, if you're doing what you love to do, and you're making things happen, you know, the money will come, you know, but you don't chase it. And that's the one thing I can say. Don't chase the money. You chase the money, then you're losing something in translation. You go do what you love to do, and you build up, and you build a strong force around you. You keep your circle tight with good people, not the negative naysayer hanger-ons or the people that BS and, you know, try to, you know, rally the troops. But meanwhile, you know, they're in their own lives. They don't live by the code that they lay out for others. You don't want people like that around you. You want real people that will be there to support you. I support my friends. I have no qualms with going and helping and doing what I need to do to help my friends to reach where they need to reach in their lives. And it's not about, hey, I do for you, you do for me. I can care less. Their success makes me happy. So when my friends are successful, it just makes me happy because I know that they wanted it that bad and they made it. So that puts a smile on my face. And you have to find what motivates you. Again, you know, your main concern, you know, should be where you want to be and where you want to end up. You know, not so much what the other guy is doing. You know, if you're a family person, you know, you look at your spouse, look at your kids. That should inspire you. You're taking care of your parents. Look at that. That should inspire you. Something should inspire you to want more, to have that fire in your belly, to actually want to go fight for what you want in this world. Because if you don't fight for it, no one's going to go give it to you. No one's going to say, hey, here you go. Here go the keys to the kingdom. You got to go grab that. You got to go make it happen. You know, no one's going to go and give it to you on a silver platter. But if you earned it, it'll just continue to come and you continue to grow. But when you even when you get to that successful point, you're only really truly successful in this life if you pay it forward and you do good with the success that you have. You know, you have a lot of people out there that are famous. Okay, and they've struggled, they broke through adversity, everything else. You know, they became successful, but they pay it forward in their own way. And they're not doing it for the accolades. They're not doing it for the pat on the back. They're doing it because it's the right thing to do. You have a lot of athletes that do this. But then you have a lot of athletes that don't. You have a lot of, you know, again, you know, people that become very successful that do it, a lot of people that don't. You know, again, it's my view that to be truly successful is not what you accumulate, but the impact that you leave behind when you're done on this earth. What impact did you have? Did you impact somebody's life? Did you impact the life of a country? Did you impact the life of just one person for them to go and build up? And it's not about money. It's about what you actually left behind, a piece of you. So find your motivation. You have to do that. You have to do that because, again, you know, if I had to suggest something, I would suggest that you go and look at what someone has done. Their actions. They don't have to be someone famous. This can be, a parent. This can be a friend, someone that you've seen, break through adversity and continue to fight. And just having that fight in them is an inspiration within itself. And then I get inspired by, the simplest people that have the most heart. I've had friends that don't have, they're struggling, but they'll go and they'll do for someone. They'll go and take from their own pocket. When I lived in Africa, there were villages that would go and give me, food that cost money that they didn't have that money to actually, to be without. So stuff like that, you kind of, that leaves an impact on your life forever. So, you have people that do that, and I commend those people. If you want to look at really successful people that do pay it forward, that are still building, they've already reached the pinnacle of success. They can go and they have enough money to live for the rest of their lives and be happy, but that's not what it's about. It's not about the money. It's about pushing. If you look at someone, and I mentioned this on Periscope, you look at someone like Lynn Tilton, she has built an empire, breaking through adversity at every step of the way. Every step of the way. At the time when she was building up, Women on Wall Street, it was an all boys club. So for her to go and build, and if you don't know her story, go online, look up Lynn Tilton, look at her bio, try to, look at the story. And I wish that CNBC or Fox or someone would do a special just on her and what she's done, because coming from, no one gave her anything. She didn't go and marry a gazillionaire and all of a sudden, boom, that's what happened. No, she made her bones. And she paid her dues 10 times over. And what she's done, and this, you're going to love this story, what she's done is she had a strategy to acquire companies that if she didn't acquire them, they would be out of business. So she would go raise the capital, go buy these companies and do what she needed to do, restructure them, build them. And you know what happened there? She saved jobs. She not only saved jobs, she created jobs. And not only did she create jobs, but she saved families. Okay, and she gave people, and she still does this, she gave and gives people something, okay, that they can build a life on and have a good life and take care of their families. Okay, granted, not every company works out. No one has 100% batting average. But, her success, she's more successful with these things than not. And someone like that, yeah, you should look up to and be inspired. That's the type of inspiration that I'm talking about. My other friend, you look at someone like Mike O'Hearn, bodybuilder, powerlifter. He was on American Gladiators. He was with WCW, the wrestling organization. He's been in movies, this, that. The bottom line is no one gave him anything. If you look at this guy, he's like chiseled. It's like somebody took a chisel and they chiseled him out of granite. Okay, but all this stuff is dedication. No one gave him that. He had to work really, really hard to get to where he's at. He's been on a gazillion, maybe 500 and something magazine covers, and now he's going to be doing a lot of Hollywood stuff, and I'm proud of him. And I'm glad that he's becoming very successful. And the great thing about his situation, that he motivates people, not just by his words. Of course, people listen to him and they get excited, but it's not just the words. He did it, and he's doing it, so he's sharing it, and he's trying to inspire people to stand up and go get it. Go for yours, because if you don't go for it, somebody else is going to go for it, and then what winds up happening? You wind up seeing somebody running away with your dreams. Meanwhile, you're sitting on a couch drinking a beer, watching a football game on a Sunday, or baseball. If you're a Met fan, you'll be watching it on Tuesday. But the reality is that everyone needs to go and find, whatever motivates them. Okay, and again, just leaving off, before we go for a break, leaving off with Mike O'Hearn. Look, he found his other better half. And I say better because if I said anything else, she'd probably blast me. But, look, Mona Murasan, she is his balance. And between the both of them, they created a power couple. And I think it's beautiful because they're doing things out there that a lot of people said they couldn't do, but they're doing it, and they're doing more stuff and more stuff and more stuff, and they're impacting the fitness world. And these are two great people. And if you go on Instagram, Twitter, or any other social media, follow them. You can go to his website, mikeohearn.com, follow him, get information, because people like this do motivate. If you don't have to be a fitness person to be motivated by someone that's in fitness. It's about the action and breaking through adversity. Okay, so on that note, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back and finish off the show. So stick with us. Well, stick with me. How do you like that? Stick with me, and I'll be right back with you right after this quick break.
There's a place I know where everybody goes. Kick their sneakers off and leave it on the floor. And they all know your name, 'cause money don't mean a thing. It's crazy, it's sexy, it's cool. And the women doing things that you never ever thought you'd see, yeah. Oh, baby, and the music got you moving like you were a dance machine. Yeah. That's where I met her. Come here, girl. At the Abbey. Hey, that's where I met her. You're a star tonight underneath these lights. If I play it right, maybe I'll get a kiss. At the Abbey. At the Abbey. Yeah. Enjoy the alcohol and let your body go. And baby, don't be scared if you just lose control. We know why you came. It don't mean a thing. It's crazy, it's sexy, it's cool. And the women doing things that you never ever thought you'd see. Oh, baby, baby, baby. And the music got you moving like you were a dance machine.
Back to the UCW radio show. We had a little break, and now you're back with me, and we're talking about motivation. We're talking about finding your motivation, finding something that inspires you to actually want to, or not want to, but to keep fighting on. Giving up should never be an option. If you believe in something, if you have faith in something, you have to walk with faith and just keep pushing to get to where you want to get to. I would say, and I said it, before the break, is that you got to be careful with who you, who you get motivated by. And it may be weird for me to say that, but I believe that if you have someone that, you have, some people get motivated by religious speakers like Joel Osteen. I mean, I love the guy because he actually motivates people, but he doesn't push religion down your throat. He does it in a way that inspires people. And that's a good thing. And what he's done with his preaching and with his organization, they've done things that people they could not believe that him and his wife did. But he did that. I mean, he took over a sports stadium. Man, I mean that, and this is coming. His father was, the leader of the organization prior to that, and then he took it over. But the point is that he didn't take no for an answer in doing it. He didn't have to. He could have easily just given up. Many times, and I know his story somewhat, but he could have given up many times when he couldn't, they couldn't find a venue, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that, but now when he goes anywhere, any stadium, they fill it up. It's incredible. He's like a rock star of religion. All right. But, people like that motivate. And I like that. You have people out there, and I know, and I know it. You have people out there that sit and they preach, they talk, they chatter. They'll go on social media. They'll post positive things like they are the authority and motivating you. But meanwhile, they don't practice what they preach. Now, how in the world can you take it seriously if someone is trying to motivate you, but they don't practice what they preach? I don't get it. It's like somebody telling you, well, you shouldn't eat that, you shouldn't eat this, but meanwhile they're eating it. Don't eat McDonald's, don't eat the Big Mac, but meanwhile right in front of you they're eating the Big Mac. How does that work? How does that motivate you not to eat it? You need something. You get it. As human beings, we get inspired by actions. If you're watching sports, you get excited. Somebody makes a fantastic play, you're like, wow. Kids, if they're watching baseball, football, something, or even the Olympics, they see something amazing happen. Some kids get inspired, and they'll go out and they'll want to be like that, and these people wind up becoming their heroes. It's not about what they said, it's about what they did. And that's the thing with being motivated, and I'll even go back to, we'll go into Hollywood. You look at a movie like Rocky. That is probably one of the singular most inspirational movies out there, and the reason being, it's about an individual overcoming, against all odds, going and fighting and becoming a champion. Okay, and who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love a story like that? So, when you're looking to be motivated, go out and find someone that's actually doing something, not saying something, doing something that'll motivate you, that'll inspire you. Okay, and again, whatever you do, whether you're a writer, you're an actor, whatever the case may be, everybody needs motivation. Everybody needs to have faith in something, okay, but to see someone doing something, let me make reference to a guy by the name of Pitbull. All right, this guy came from nothing, and I love stories when people come from nothing. Because I came from nothing. So you come from nothing, you build up, and he did it the right way, which I applaud him, because he built up, and it wasn't about him chasing the money. It was about him building and acquiring wealth through what he was doing what he loved to do, but working, but taking that money that he was generating from it, and not going and buying fancy cars, planes, bling bling, blap blap, all this other stuff. It was about him investing in the future. It was about him going and putting more money to work so that he can take care of his family, so he can go and help other people. There are things out there that he's done that you'll never hear about. You won't get any press about it, but he inspires a lot of kids, and he does for kids. Education is an important thing. So he does this stuff. And people like that, these are people that you can look to and get some sort of inspiration. And again, it doesn't just have to be famous people. I'm just making reference to people that are notable, because if I talked about, someone that you didn't know, then it would be hard for you to probably get my message. But there are people out there that do the littlest things. That do the littlest things to help people. As I said, I know people that go out, and they'll go and they'll go out of their way to create an organization or do something to help animals. To help have anti-dog fighting, to deal with the animal shelters and do stuff like that, to do stuff for battered women, or for children, for the elderly, whatever it is, things like that are great, because that's paying it forward. That's taking from their time and paying it forward. I've seen and I've known many people that struggled, that went through a lot of adversity, only to keep climbing and never giving up. I knew someone, and I'm not going to name names because it wouldn't be proper, but I knew someone that was, I'm gonna say pretty much homeless, and they were working, they were homeless, they had dreams, but things went the wrong way for them, and the guy kept pushing and pushing and pushing. He never gave up. He always believed in himself. He was looking for opportunities, and then one person saw him and saw that fire inside him. They gave him an opportunity. Okay, and don't you know that this person today, just from him having that fire inside him and not giving up, and one person believing in him and giving him the shot, that the guy is not only a multimillionaire today, but he made the person that believed in him even wealthier than what the guy was. So again, the point is that when you stop fighting is when it's pretty much over. So you can't stop fighting. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep wanting and pushing, and you have to. You have to, And again, and I'm sounding redundant, but you have to, find your motivation. Find what sparks you. What burns a fire inside of you? What is it? If you're a family man, look at your kids. That should be motivation. That should be motivation for you to go and continue to fight on. You need something that's gonna be inside of you that makes you want to reach up one more rung up that ladder for you to get to where you want to get to in life. And that's the reality of it. When you're out there and you have goals and you want to do something you love to do, you have to start setting the groundwork to do that. No one can do it for you. I know some people. You're working 9 to 5. You have to pay your bills. You have to put food on the table. I get it. But if you have the opportunity to do what you love to do and make a career out of it, there's nothing better than that. But if you have dreams, just because your circumstance at that moment is not what you want it to be, don't shelf your dreams. Don't give up on it. Don't stop. Don't think that you have to stop what you're doing in life to reach out and try to fulfill those dreams. You can do what you're doing and also try to do what you love and just try to work it out if you can. Again, it's not for everyone. But for those that are wanting that something extra in life, and they want to achieve the goals they want to achieve, and they want to go and inspire others, well, then you're going to want to do it. You have to want it that badly. You want it that badly that you can't breathe. Okay, and that's what you need to do when you want something that badly that you can't. I can't explain the feeling, but you have to want. If you have to want it that badly that you can't live without it. Okay, it has to be inherent inside of you. All right, and again, if you have that inside of you, that burning sensation inside your heart and your soul to want something better than what you have right now, and you're willing to do anything to get there. And when I mean do anything, do the right things, not the wrong things. Oh, but you're willing to do what you need to do to get to where you need to get to. All you need is keep pushing, and the opportunity will present itself, and you'll have somebody that'll believe in you. And you'll have that person that will believe in you. They will surface. And once that happens, it's game over. And then the game begins. And then hopefully, when you do become successful, that you will inspire other people through your actions. And I guess that's the message for this show today, is that, inspire people through your actions, not your words. Because words, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. So many people talk the talk, and I can't even, it annoys me. They talk the talk, but meanwhile, you know the truth because they're not walking the walk. So talk is cheap. Inspire by actions. That's all you need to do. Inspire by actions, and if you need to be motivated, look at someone and get motivated by their actions. And if they've done it and they've broken through adversity, then get motivated by their words because they did it. So they're not full of crap. Okay. So anyway, that's about it for this this segment that we titled Motivation. Okay. We're going to come to you with a few more shows over the next couple of months, touching on different topics. And we may or may not have guests on. I don't think we are, so you'll just be hearing my voice. So, I guess get used to it if you want to listen to the show. But I do appreciate everyone that listens to the show. I appreciate you taking time out of your life to listen to this, and I do thank you. All right, so that's it for this segment of the UCW radio show. We'll be back with you soon with another segment. Have yourself a fantastic week, and I need to end with this, and looking for the Mets to get a World Series win. That would be fantastic. They're amazing at this point, and anyone, I don't care if you're a fan of baseball, that should motivate you. Sweeping the Cubs, breaking through adversity and getting here when no one expected them to be here, then they're going to go all the way. And that is motivation. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio in your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.